Or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Start.
Okay, so I'm better best with storytelling. I want to tell you our story. This is a poem for he is your father, she is your mother, they are your parents. But the conversation should have ended with, I am their child too. Yes, he is my father, she is my mother, but she is that same woman who looked me straight in the eye and asked me where your innocent child had gone. Forgetting that day when the umbilical cord wrapped itself around my neck as I tried to exit the walls of the home, I carried the pain, I carried the trauma. See, this is for a poem for he is my father, she is my mother. But if I had a chance to be the parent, I know I would have more goals, but that's just fake because they are my parents. See, my father was a garden boy and my mother was a kitchen girl. My father would plant seeds and some of them in me. And since my mother was so good in the kitchen, she would cook up stories to cover up for her husband. And now in society, it was addressed as teenage pregnancy. See, this is a poem for blood is thicker than water. But it is. Yes, we all know it is. But blood can never be thicker than peace. I was broken. I was falling apart. But I remembered Abraham Lincoln once said, the dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The road is filled with high difficulties, and we must rise with occasion. I remembered, I stood up, I rose, but who was there? Nothing. Instead of just looking back to the past, looking back to what they did, I rose. I remembered Nelson Mandela, a man who spent decades trying to fight for peace. You once said that Nelson Mandela once said, the greatest glory of living lies not in never falling, but in rising each time we fail. We fall, we rise, we fall, and we rise again. That's how we should live life. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to talk about gender equality. Gender equality, it is not about favoring one gender, but it includes both gender, male or female. So when we talk about gender equality, we look at certain things like we give the same opportunity to boys, we give same opportunity to girls. When we talk about gender equality again, we look at the leadership things. When we are leading the country, we must also look for ladies who can participate in those environments. Gender equality helps us build strong nations and future-based countries. And then on gender equality, we make sure that everyone is satisfied, everyone is included in gender equality. It means we're not even checking on one side, but we're looking at both sides. So gender equality, today I'm talking about gender equality, that everyone in this school or in this room must feel that we are all equal. So I'm concluding by, let's support each other as boys and girls. We are all equal, and support our sisters and brothers wherever they are. They also can become leaders. It doesn't matter if the president is a man or a woman. You can also be a leader tomorrow. When we have a chance to improve each other, that's where we can make a better future. Thank you.
Glue, cocaine, crystal meth, marijuana, and so many more. These are harmful to yourself and they can cause lung cancer, school dropouts, and death. Your parents are in trouble because of you. To avoid the abusing of drug and substance abuse, avoid bad companies, and avoid bad friends. Ladies and gentlemen, let's stop the abusing of drug and substance abuse. I thank you.
Good morning, esteemed adjudicators, honorable judges, and distinguished audience. Today, I'm going to state my topic, our future. So tomorrow does not exist if today is not maintained. Children will never be the people they ought to be if we continue to suppress us. The future of our world is bleak. The justice system against abuse is weak. Children are more vulnerable than ever. Yet the God protect us for this future. There's nothing to look up for tomorrow if you continue to cry today. What will become of the community? What will become of the country? I can't even begin to imagine. Take good care of us because we are the future. Thank you.
When a child does not want to go to school because they know that if they go to school, make a tiny mistake, that will make them get a punishment that they're sometimes not even supposed to deserve, but just because learning. Healthy learning is an environment whereby a child wants to go to school, whereby a child can work mentally, whereby a child can have that feeling of wanting to engage with other learners, ladies and gentlemen. But then when you are in a school where you're always running around, running away from the teachers, just
parents, they are local parents. They are local parents because teachers, they are local parents in the school, and they need to. They are given the children in order to discipline the children. So if you ban corporal punishment, we are only creating arrogant leaders in the future. Because if someone does not make that mistake,
It increases emotional trauma. It gives one to be more determined. It gives a person to remember the aim, the goal, the mission, the care to school. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to place in this issue. Economically, it would cause more challenges. If we ban corporal punishment in schools, there is an increased rate in early pregnancies, in childhood, in drug abuse, in violence. For we live accepted. Okay. This country is a peaceful country. It does not promote violence. So we would want to say that this house should not stop.
Madam Mr. Speaker, I told the House of the Leader of the Opposition, rising the denial of motion, this House would ban corporal punishment. Our line of argument will focus on that corporal punishment instills discipline and to those learners who have wayward behavior. Number 2, it will motivate lazy children to perform higher grades. Number 3, working hand in hand with hard work, it ensures also success within children. Number 4, it also facilitates rapid progress in the learning process. So we are strongly believing that if we work hand in hand with counseling, we are assured that a learner will never repeat such mistakes, and we should ban corporal punishment in schools. She was right saying that corporal punishment must be banned in schools because school dropouts, some of us will think, if I take drugs, it's better to take drugs than going to school being given corporal punishment, which I could not check. Some of them are that hard. They cause mental health in school. I can't even concentrate. How could I tell what the corporal?
is there not a Bible verse that says children need to teach children? You should read the Bible and teach children.
Speech. So what I'm saying is that the president supports this motion because when he went to give a speech in front of the people, he said, if you find a child doing drugs, if you find a child doing substance abuse, they are supposed to be punished by corporal punishment.
Hard work. If we do not work hard at school, we work hard at work. Because at school, that's where we build engineers. How can we in a country have engineers without school? So do you think
I cannot ask them a question when they're teaching me. Why? Because I'm afraid of that person. So corporal punishments are not an effective way of punishing children. As a gentle reminder, I am the Deputy Prime Minister under the notion in motion. It is allowed to raise points of information against me. Ladies and gentlemen, we are saying that use of corporal punishments leads to truancy.
elaborating my point, minus passing my sincere benediction, allow me to say all diplomatic words held with prestige. I am not saying the House should not ban corporal punishment in schools, but I say corporal punishment helps to motivate the lazy students in schools, those that require a push to perform better. It is my firm belief that some students without corporal punishment misbehave and become mischievous. It is widely accepted that corporal punishment is necessary to instill a sense of discipline amongst learners.
What the opening government is saying, the Prime Minister said corporal punishment is doing things which causes physical pain on the students. Use of corporal punishment in schools should be banned because it causes a lot of pain, which includes physical pain. It causes and installs fear in students' body, will lead to withdrawal in students, because it causes trauma among students. Moving on with the points, children will not enjoy school due to the corporal punishment in their schools. Ladies and gentlemen, if we have corporal punishment in our schools, children will not love that school. Children will start to have withdrawal in that school. Ladies and gentlemen, let me move with my topics. Let me move to my place. We can have some other punishments, like doing parallel major jobs, like sleeping, like sweeping the yard, like picking the literal paper, like doing all kinds of stuff which are so minor. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on with the ladies and gentlemen. However, corporal punishment is in schools. We should ban them. Some things like hitting, slapping, beating won't help children, but it will cause fear and trauma inside of the children.
It affects the passage of the school on instant exams. It should be banned.
So it is our essential duty and an opportunity that we're given by God to introduce discipline in a child.
Summarize what he said. In the first half, there was a point which was said by the Deputy Prime Minister of the opposition side. She said that the Bible supports corporal punishment, and then the Deputy Prime Minister of the opening government said that there is also a verse that says that children do not beat your children. I would like to give a clear view by saying that children do not beat your children. By that, they would have done nothing wrong and you would beat them for no reason.
This house should ban corporal punishment in schools, and I support this notion because I was mine once said, do something thoughtful, do something today that your future will thank you. We thank you later. As my fellow debaters said, corporal punishment should be banned because it decreases the child's self-esteem.
Media.
Yeah, social media. So preparation time, 1 minute. Then after 1 minute, then you have speaking time for 2 minutes. Are we together on that? Yes. Then preparation is 1 minute. Speaking time 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Start.
Oh yes, she was blessed. Social media, but then took everything from her. Yes, she indeed had a great life ahead of her, but one post destroyed everything. One post destroyed everything. They taught and we learned. They told and we adapted. But ladies and gentlemen, one post on social media destroyed her life. They say, if you do not post what you did not do, you're lame. If you post what you did do, you're great. Pressure destroyed everything. Pressure destroyed life. Pressure destroyed her. Social media ruined everything for her. Your parents loved you. Your parents gave everything to you. Your parents treated you as a queen. Although you were made a servant. You were made a servant. Social media made you who is slave. But from where? Why destroy your life for one post? Why destroy yourself for pleasing people? Why change yourself for others? I am here to tell you, if you do not give me your ear today, you might never hear this again. Ladies and gentlemen, life will not repeat itself. Time keeps ticking. Social media is not there for you. It is not there for me. It is there for us. But you should know what to post and what not to. One post of hers destroyed your life. One post of hers made life difficult. Although she was given everything, she ended up with nothing. Although she was loved, she ended up not being loved. Sometimes things we post are those which destroy us the most. Sometimes the things we do are not those which we must post. Sometimes we should just do the things we have to do without nobody having to know what we did. Life was never fair. Although social media was never there. She concluded everything she did.